Let's get ready to rumble!
David Price has been forced to withdraw from his scheduled bout at the Echo Arena. No, I'm not going to try and do it all in a Liverpudlian accent. Yeah, he's been forced to withdraw from the bill on the 26th of June. It was a matchroom bill. He has a neck muscle injury. He'll be out of the gym for 2 weeks. Adrian Broner tells Sean Porter, I already have the bragging rights in Ohio. This is ahead of their June the 20th clash in Las Vegas on Al Heyman's PBC on NBC. Such greats from Ohio are names like Ray Mancini, Aaron Pryor, Buster Douglas, and Kelly Pavlik. Here's what Broner and Porter had to say. They both said that they like the support they get in Ohio, that is very loyal. Broner said he has the bragging rights. Porter said there is no added pressure. It honestly doesn't matter to me who has the bragging rights. This is first and foremost about my team. We're successful as a team and a family. Well, we'll see. You can't have the bragging rights till you win the fight, as far as I'm concerned. When you win the fight, then you can have the bragging rights. You can't have the bragging rights before you fight. Eddie Hearn and Matchroom have signed Martin Murray. And Martin Murray is targeting James DeGale and George Groves as he moves up to super middleweight. Well, maybe Carl Froch might want the fight, because didn't he badmouth Murray the other day? And they had a little Twitter spat or some kind of spat. Murray actually replaces David Price on the Liverpool bill. Jorge Linares and his team, they're open to a rematch with Kevin Mitchell. Last Saturday, they both went at it for Linares' WBC lightweight title. Great fight. But yeah, they said they're interested. But it would have to be in the US, and obviously Mitchell has to heal up from them grotesque-looking injuries he had. Callum Smith, he says he wants to get to George Groves before James DeGale, so they're ready to step him up. He takes on Christopher Rebrasi next, who, that's the guy George Groves defeated on points recently, straight after the Carl Froch loss. So they're ready to step him up, and we'll see what he can do. We'll see what he can do. Mickey Van says Frankie Gavin is one of those fighters that maybe should have stayed an amateur. With all the sponsorship available and the chance of winning Olympic and European and Commonwealth titles, he may well have been better off financially and in terms of accomplishments. And as brutal as that is from Mickey Van, who has been a long-standing British referee, it's probably the truth. So Miguel Cotto enters his second catchweight match at middleweight against Daniel Gill. Gill has agreed to come down to 157 on the scale. And a lot of people are scoffing at that. But I think world titles go two ways these days. I think they go two ways. I think you have to use your eye to see the detail. He's not a natural middleweight. You know, it was a great performance against Martinez, but that was a catchweight. No one is saying that Miguel Cotto is a legitimate 160-pound champion. I mean, if you're saying that, if that's your argument, then yes, you can critique it and say that it's not in keeping with Harry Greb, Hagler, Hopkins, Monzon, Robinson. Yes, I get that. I get that. But here's the thing. The belt situation is a mess. Let's make no mistake. And I don't have time to go through all of it now. Yeah, obviously. It is a mess. But even if this guy is taking catchweight title fights, there's still another 3 belts out there. And some of them guys are reluctant to make the matches, to unify the belts. Who's the last guy to have a couple of belts? I don't know. Was it Sergio Martinez or Kelly Pavlik or Jermaine Taylor? One of them guys there. If we really want to say that Cotto is not the real deal, well, one of you guys tie up all the 3 belts, or it's a non-issue. You're all playing the game to a degree. Here's how I see it, man. I haven't seen none of these middleweights. I don't care if you want to say Triple G. I haven't seen him put up a blog, get one of his people to put up a blog and say, I demand that these other title holders face me. I mean, that's what you got to do. I mean, if you're not going to do that, why should I assume that you're really desperate to tie up all the belts? I'm not going to assume anything. Action speaks louder. So, I mean, it is what it is. If that's what you're doing, Golovkin's fan base, they're not really demanding that he takes on, under what definition would be credible, quote-unquote, credible opposition. They're not demanding that. As long as he comes out 4 times a year and knocks over 4 people, they're happy with that. And if that's the case, let them be happy with it. But at the same time, when you're going to come and talk to, I'm just saying me, I've got my own opinions. If you're going to come and talk to me and then compare him to the Haglers, the Robinsons, the Grebs, the Monzones, I'm going to say no. No, you can't compare it. He's only got 1 belt. No, it's not the same. It's not the same. You know, so yes, what Cotto is doing, to be honest, you know, I've got into a pattern these days where I look at the matches more than the belts these days. Yeah? I was just looking forward to seeing Cotto versus Martinez. Then I said, alright, forget the catchweight thing. Let me just see this match. And I'm more interested in seeing Cotto versus Canelo at a weight that he's more comfortable and Canelo won't have to be drained. I'm more infused about that. But Cotto did say he'll fight Golovkin, but Golovkin's got to adhere to his terms. So it's going to be interesting to see what Cotto does with Gil and compare the result to Triple G, I guess. And yeah, it's not good that he's doing that, but Gil has fought at 154 as a pro. He has fought at 154. I'm just looking forward to the fight. It is what it is. I mean, Porter and Broner is at 143. That's a catch weight. You know, it's the compromise of what it is. Like people say, oh, Broner is disadvantaging Porter. Well, that's just how you want to look at it. That's just how you want to look at it. I mean, I could say that Porter is disadvantaging Broner by not fighting at 140. You know, Broner could argue 140 would suit him better. It's a compromise, isn't it? They're both coming, they're meeting each other halfway. So I don't agree with that necessarily. And for the most part, if you choose to sign the fight and you want to fight, you want to fight. And that's that. If it's not that much of a problem to you to drain yourself in the skills, it shouldn't be that much of a problem to me when I watch the fight, you know. Amir Khan says he wants to be the next pound for pound king. He wants to be the next Mayweather, apparently. And Amir Khan, you're a funny dude, man. You're funny. You're funny. You're funny. I have to edit this and come back, people. Well, apparently a Mikey Garcia return to the ring is getting closer, according to Robert Garcia. He's still got a legal suit against Top Rank. He tried to get out of his promotional contract, and the two sides are working things out. Garcia said, I think his return is already at around 80 or 90%. He's been training, he's been sparring. Yeah, well, obviously he should be doing that, you know. August or September is what Garcia says, so there you go. And apparently Terence Crawford's team is really pushing hard for that fight. I don't think Garcia will be in any rush to take it, personally. I don't think he will. Why bother? I mean, Terence used to beat him for fun as an amateur. Robert Garcia is picking Adrian Broner to beat Sean Porter. He said it won't be an easy fight. It's going to be an exciting fight, but he's picking Broner to win. He's got tremendous skills, and I've heard that he's training very, very hard. I think Broner wins it too. I think Broner wins. It's going to be a very hard fight though, but I think Broner wins. Garcia says that Broner has the potential to be in the top 5 or 4 pound for pound with a few more wins. He's really impressed with his potential, so we'll see. Could be a bit of kidology by Garcia there. He wants to, now this is just a theory, he may be trying to inflate the value of Maidana's victory over Broner by saying Broner's going to be the next shit. But look what my man did to him. You know, bit of psychology there maybe. Has any of you guys heard about a potential tournament between Mosley, Roy Jones and Oscar De La Hoya? They reckon that it will be, according to Roy Jones, to save the sport. Mosley says that he's got Oscar's number, he can't beat him. Apparently Oscar is thinking about it. He said he's going to start training. He said he's feeling motivated today. I really have the desire to come back. He wants to fight Floyd. He wants to fight Floyd. He's just not going to come out and say it yet. I think he's going to do a few months training and then he'll see how he feels and then he's going to call it. Watch and see. Mark my words. Could be September's opponent for Floyd in the last fight. Get Oscar back in there. The British Boxing Board of Control told Robert Garcia that they weren't going to be able to wear MX Everlast gloves. The commission in London or England or wherever, they have pretty much banned those gloves. They know that's what we wear and they're worried. How comes Robert Garcia's fighters' opponents want them to wear certain gloves? Floyd wouldn't let Maidana wear whatever gloves, and now this. Well, it's actually the British Boxing Board of Control more than Eddie Hearn, and apparently they've just recently banned them gloves, MX Everlast gloves. So that's a little stumbling block in negotiation for that fight. Anthony Joshua's came out and said that he's open to a Dillian Whyte fight soon. They're looking into it. So who knows? Maybe this summer or towards the autumn. Who knows?